Hello, my lovely Libras, and welcome to Deku Tarot. I'm going to be doing your January 1st through the 6th weekly tarot reading. So happy New Year, guys. Welcome to 2019. I'm going to be using my brand new Aquarian Tarot deck by David Palladini. I just got this when I was visiting up north, and I went to Salem, actually, and got this at a nice little witch shop, and it was amazing. And I'm just really excited to own this deck finally. It's beautiful. I think we have Justice on the front and the Lovers on the back here. It's like 70s Art Deco style. So I've been wanting this for so long, and I'm so excited to use it for the very first week of the year for you guys. I do want to talk a little bit about the astrology of this very first week of January. On the very first, we have Mars moving into Aries, where it is very much at home in its first house. We also have that partial solar eclipse on the 5th of January in that new moon in Capricorn. But anyways, that very 1st of January, Mars moving into Aries, before I forget, it brings a lot of fire energy into the start of the year. We're going to be communicating with a lot more energy, a lot more passion. We are also going to be having, again, a lot more energy moving towards the things that we want to accomplish in the new year. Our communications are going to be more about not thinking before we speak. And really just speaking in an impassioned way, communicating ourselves passionately, okay? On the 5th of January, again, we have that Sun and Moon, which are going to be between the Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn. But in both Saturn and Capricorn actually relate to government and its institutions on a multinational level. So it's going to affect many aspects of our lives. These astrological energies relate to managing the Earth's resources essential for our survival. So we're going to be focusing a lot on the issue of probably climate change at this time because that is a huge issue on a worldwide scale. Saturn is also applying a conjunction with Pluto this year. And this may mean we are actually forced to look at making major changes in lifestyle to protect ourselves and the planet. So this conjunction can also bring up fears, paranoia, and suspicion on a different level. So don't let that come to some serious consequences for you guys. Mercury is also in Capricorn, and it's clashing with Mars in Aries. So we can expect a lot of lively and passionate debate because people are saying what they feel without consequence and without caring how it's going to affect them in the long run. Okay? Anyways, let's pull one card for your general weekly energy here for that first week of January. Remember, Libras, this reading will not resonate with all of you. Oh, and we get the Seven of Cups. So we could be a little bit confused at the beginning of the year about where things are going, what to do. We could have a lot of different choices here. It does say that we have a lot of imagination right now, a lot of ideas like floating around there. We could be having a lot of creative ideas if we are in a creative field. But, we also need to kind of having all this like dreamy energy here and being able to be stuck in our imagination land, as SpongeBob would say. It lacks the tenacity to really translate those ideas into reality. So yes, we might have a desire, but we're trying to figure out, how do we bring that into reality? This is what I want to do, and this is how I want to feel, and this is the kind of life I want, but how do I get there? And, we're gonna be like, considering a lot of options at this time. And in this energy, we could be, thinking maybe it would work this way, or maybe I could do this job, or, maybe I should work for this company, or, maybe I should go for this type of person if it's love, or whatever it is. We're feeling a little bit confused, feeling a little bit dreamy about it, and we're not really sure which cup here has, or, which path or way forward is going to bring us what we want at this time. So, get back down to reality. We could be in a really dreamy state of mind, which is not a bad thing, especially to start the year. You want to start off the year thinking about your dreams and, bring them into reality. So that's really not bad, Libra. Let's pull one for Monday, Tuesday, then Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All right, Monday, Tuesday for my Libras. Monday, Tuesday for my Libras. Coming forward, Archangel Michael, Archangel Uriel, Universal Spirit, Mother Earth. What do we have for my Libras for this week? And we have, the Seven of Rods in the beginning of the week, a defensiveness, an unwillingness to take anyone's shit, basically. But don't worry, we'll look more in-depth into it after I get all the cards out. Wednesday, Thursday for my Libras. Wednesday, Thursday for my Libras. Ooh, almost just dropped a bunch of them there. We get, there we go, more rods, 9 of rods. Oh, we're feeling very defensive this week. It seems like a little bit on the defense. We're expecting the worst kind of in a lot of ways in a situation. And then at the end of the week, what do we have for the weekend? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, what will be coming forward? are happening in the lives of my Libras, what will be their focuses here for Friday, Saturday, Sunday for my Libras. And why do I want to pull this one so bad? Three of Rods. You guys have all Rods this week, which is a lot of impassioned energy, a lot of communication energy, fire energy here. You know, Rods talks about our communication, our creative, you know, standings, and, you know, again, how we approach situations with communication and how we deal with other people. So again, the Seven of Rods here at the very beginning of the week, we could be talking about, you know, we could be feeling very outnumbered also by our adversaries, talking about, you know, how we're standing up for ourselves against people that we feel are, you know, against us. We could feel like a lot of people are against us at this time. A lot of people are trying to take us down, and we need to stand up for ourselves. And that's not a bad energy. It also talks again about, you know, having a lot of courage and persistence, and creative advantage in business, trade, or verbal war. So again, we could be having a huge advantage because we are being defensive and standing up for ourselves. We could have a huge advantage over other people in creative outlets and work. So again, if we work in a creative field or in any type of field like that, with creativity or, you know, writing, etc., we could feel like we have an advantage over others because we do, and we're ready to fight because other people are trying to show us like, oh, actually, like, I have this idea, and maybe people are taking your ideas and you're having to stand up for yourself. Or maybe people are, you know, just not standing up to par here, and you are. And because of that, you're kind of standing above the crowd here, above all these other Rods coming up. You're like, hell no, I'm the winner here. I, you know, hold the bar here. I am the bar. Anyways, Nine of Rods. I just reminded me of something. Anyways, Nine of Rods talks a lot about your inner strength, crystallized by the opposition. So again, you're feeling really defensive. You're feeling like, oh, please, all this opposition, all these people against me, all the people that try to tell me that, like, I can't do this, or I can't have this type of career, or, you know, trying to tell me what to do here. You're all wrong. I can. So you're feeling really, anyone that's opposing you at this time, it's pushing you further into, you know, being like, oh, no, don't fuck with me this week. Pardon my French, if you guys don't like swearing, this is probably not the channel for you, because I do that a lot, unfortunately. Not unfortunately, I really don't care. But the Nine of Rods here is really, you know, standing up to that opposition, also expecting the worst. So also, Libras, if you guys are in this state where you feel like everyone is against you, try to maybe step out of that for a second, meditate, or, you know, try to look at it from a different perspective. Maybe not everybody is against you. Maybe people are doing things because they care about you, maybe, and you're just taking it the wrong way. The energy here could be very confusing. I mean, some people could be against you, and a lot of you guys could be dealing with a lot of opposition, but I do feel that some of you guys need to, like, take a step back, look at it from a different perspective, a more balanced perspective of not everyone is attacking you, because you have a lot of fire energy, a lot of I'm ready to fight type of energy this week. So maybe put down the wands and kind of chillax a little bit about that. Three of Wands here at the end of the week. We have a lot of fruitful collaboration. Excuse me, let me get some coffee here. It talks a lot about, you know, fruitful collaboration, seeing things move in the direction that you want them to. If you've been, you know, trying to figure out, you know, where things are going, things are starting to move in that direction that you have wanted them to. When you see the Three of Wands coming up here, you know, these rods are just also very beautiful. I love in this deck because they're not just like sticks or swords or like little spiky wands or anything. They have buds at the end of them, which indicate, you know, like fertility, fruitfulness, creative ideas, abundance. All these rods can be abundance and passion, and things that can grow into something else because they are buds. They can grow into something more. So in the case of being too defensive, don't let it grow into something more than protecting yourself and standing up for yourself. But in the Three of Rods, allow these buds to grow in the direction that you want them to. If you have ideas that you really want to, you know, make happen, if you have, you know, a vision of your future here, look, he's looking out into the future with his wands, and he's like, where do I see myself going? I want to be successful, I want to be fruitful, and, you know, at this point we're getting some enterprise, we're getting ingenuity and effort in, you know, whatever it is we're wanting to see move forward. And I think for a lot of you guys, it's going to be creative aspects, work aspects, and, you know, maybe building up finances or seeing yourself get somewhere new creatively. Okay, this is really good. So I think by the end of the week here, we're going to see some movement forward. And again, don't be too defensive this week if you don't have to be. But again, don't let people push you around. All right, let's look at love for the week. Love for this first week of January 2018. Too many cards. I don't want half the deck, guys. All right. This coming in for love and relationships. Love, romance, relationships. Archangel Uriel, Archangel Raphael, come through. Please and thank you. Goddess Aphrodite, Mother Earth, come through with messages of love and romance for my beautiful Libras. Ooh, we get the Empress reverse. So we might not be feeling our... Oh, sorry, that's the Emperor reverse. That is not the Empress reverse. The Emperor reverse, we could be dealing with somebody who's very controlling and manipulative at the beginning of the week within a relationship. So maybe our partner is tired or exhausted, or again, we're dealing with somebody who is very much in the need for power, and you're really not having it this week. Whatever there is, it doesn't have to be a person. It could also, again, be an energy within the relationship that is very intense, prone to fighting, control issues. All right, let's see. It's not the good card that I wanted. Love and relationship for my Libras, and we get the Empress. Interesting, but it seems like you might be healing that type of energy by being your amazing, beautiful self, and also having a wonderful energy. It's like kind of a flip-flop energy here. So we have an Emperor and the Empress. So it does seem like whatever partnership you're in is, you know, you guys are great for each other. You are a great match. However, again, if you are a female in this relationship and you're in a relationship with a male who's kind of fiery, very much controlled type of personality, they could be off a little bit at the beginning of the week. Could be just tired, could be exhausted, taking it out on you a little bit, and you're like, no. But you're approaching this instead of fighting with love and open-heartedness and understanding where they're coming from. Oh my gosh, and at the end of the week, wow, we get the Tower. Okay. So you guys are going to be one of the only people that I'm going to give some clarifiers for, because this is really intense, interesting. I did not expect that. This is not the reading I expected for you guys. Everyone else's readings have been so lovely and happy and it just, I don't know, a lot lighter. Let's clarify what's happening here. I will pull clarifiers for the Emperor. Clarify what's happening under the energy of the Emperor here. And we get the Devil. Ooh, negative relationships, maybe sexual relationships, negative cycle here. Negative cycle perpetrated by somebody who needs control. The Empress. Clarify what's going on below the Empress. What is bringing about this Empress energy, which I actually really love. Six of Pentacles. Balance. Happiness, helping somebody out when they need it. Or having somebody come in to help you when you need it. In maybe a financial way. Or again, maybe you're helping your partner who is feeling a lack of control because they've spent a lot of money or something like that. And what is the Tower, though? Wow, the Tower is, you guys could be having a big fight. Usually when I see the Tower coming up, it's a very sudden, very nasty fight. Doesn't have to mean it's all over, but it does mean that, you know, it's a moment. We're having a moment here if we're in a relationship. All right, the Tower. Clarify what's happening under the Tower. I might pull a couple clarifiers for the Tower because it's always a scary one. Queen of Swords reversed. You could be cutting somebody off because that's your card. And I'm going to pull one more for the Tower. What does the Tower lead to for my lovely Libras this week? Dang, guys. I hope that not all of you guys... Ooh, 7 of Rods. Yeah, wow. Okay. This is interesting. I'm going to pull these up a little bit so we can take a better look at them. Yeah, you guys are going to have a little bit of a longer reading, I guess. So, the Emperor, if it is not a person within your life, if it is not somebody that is kind of very authoritarian and, you know, they're becoming a little bit angry, manipulative, lashing out at you, which I feel like a lot of you guys might be dealing with, a partner or somebody in your life that, it doesn't have to be within the partnership. It could be like, you know, your father figure or, you know, a boss or somebody that is very negative to you. But I feel like for a lot of you guys, again, this is going to be a partner. It doesn't have to be a male, but somebody that, again, encompasses this very negative, usually very in control, very much like, I'm the head of the household, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You know, they're very much, they have a need for control and power, which isn't a horrible thing all the time, but sometimes we do have to release it. And in this aspect, it's gotten a little bit out of hand, and maybe they're feeling a lack of control in their own life, and so they're kind of taking it out here on you with the Devil energy here. Because the Emperor Reverse, you know, talks a lot about immaturity and a tendency to be gullible. Self-control is limited here. So maybe, and you know, for some of you guys, I don't know, I'll read through that all before I talk about that, because I'm getting an inkling for, again, I hope it's just one of you guys. Why are you guys getting all these intense readings for the past few months? What is going on, my Libras? Let me know in the comments below. This is kind of like crazy. So I know a lot of Libras, and like in my personal life, and I feel like not all of them are going through this. So whenever I get these crazy stories and you guys are like, oh my god, you have no idea what's going on, I'm like, what is going on with you guys? Like, seriously. Then we get the Empress. Oh, actually, I'll do the clarifiers here. The Devil. The Devil here talks a lot about, you know, negative cycles, feeling trapped within a relationship, feeling like you cannot leave, a lack of essential humanity and emphasis on material things to the detriment of others. So again, this is a very destructive force within a relationship here. This very immature, destructive force. So if you guys are, if this is you and not somebody within your relationship, make sure you're not being immature and destructive within your relationship here. You could be, again, some of you guys could be giving into lust for somebody else or somebody or the other person within the relationship. Again, you don't have to be within a relationship to have all this happen, but again, if you guys are hooking up with somebody that's a little bit immature and has this very sexual chemistry with the, if you guys have a very intense chemistry, but you know in your heart of hearts that this is probably not a good thing and this person's probably going to screw you over because they are not mature, or you're not mature enough for this right now, you know, I would step back from it because it's not going to work out well. Also, if I see the Empress there, it could indicate pregnancy. So, fertility could be a thing this week. The Six of Pentacles underneath the Empress here. The Empress, again, is talking a lot about fertility in body or mind, or, you know, a bountiful harvest, good luck. Again, that perfect woman energy, open-hearted, loving energy, able to create an abundance, like, with your own manifestation power. She's amazing at manifesting, especially with love. But the Six of Pentacles underneath it here, wow, we get, you know, a lot of, it does feel like there's success, though. There's success, in a balance here. So this is very great for you. Six of Pentacles for Libras is always great because it talks about balance. There's the balance. The balancing thing, whatever, the weighing thing. I don't know what it's called. As you can tell, I don't know anything about this kind of, you know, stuff. But the Six of Pentacles talks about balance, and also helping somebody out. You know, we have a lot of generosity within ourselves. So again, we're being very generous with our love and with our feelings here, generous on a material level as well. At the middle of the week, we could be, again, you know, balancing things out generously, being very generous in our relationship, maybe even if the other person's being kind of, you know, a jerk or something, or whatever's going on there. With that negative aspect. And again, if we're not in a relationship, we could be getting some help from somebody. Somebody could be giving us some 2 cents here that would be very balancing. Maybe even an Empress type person, a sister, a mother, maybe even a tarot reader or a psychic. Somebody who has, like, or, you know, that person that you turn to in relationship issues. They could really help you balance out here. And then by the end of the week here, we get the Tower. And oof, this is maybe one of my absolute favorite Tower cards. I am in love with this card. I really am. Despite it being very negative, but it is an unforeseen catastrophe, as like I was just saying. It's very an unforeseen fight. You could just not expect it coming. You could even feel it coming, though, honestly. You know, disruption of one's style or way of life and of thinking, which, you know, may be followed by a lot of enlightenment. So sometimes Tower moments really come about so that we can be more enlightened within our relationship. So if it's a fight within a relationship, it does seem like it will bring us to a better spot, and we'll be able to maybe be a little bit less defensive. But here we have the Queen of Swords reversed and the Seven of Rods. It does seem like whatever is happening here, you're going to be very upset about. You're going to be very heartbroken about. You might cut somebody off. You might break up with somebody over this type of energy, because the Queen of Swords reversed does not let anybody fuck with her, honestly. It also can say that, you know, it can also denote to not be superficial at a time like this. Don't be so superficial. When this Tower moment comes about, you know, she's dominated by negative emotions, malice, intolerance, and pettiness. When she is reversed in this deck. However, I can also see it as, you know, being cold and cutting somebody off. If you guys are not the ones that are being petty and causing this Tower moment, being too materialistic and causing it, again, watch yourself. If that is you, if that does strike you as maybe something that could happen without, you know, or something that you notice at that towards the end of the week here or the weekend, you know, try not to let that take over you. Try to be more down to earth about things and not be controlled by pettiness or frustrations or, you know, a materialistic approach, like being a little bit bratty is kind of the word I'm getting. But I do feel also it could be that this Tower moment comes in and we are just not having it anymore. We're not having it anymore. We're Seven of Rods. Like, we're like, okay, I thought I could stand up for you. I thought I would stand up for this and, you know, defend this because I know that we can get there. But this is saying, you know, I'm done with it, kind of. I'm done holding up all these things. I'm ready to give up the fight kind of energy here. When you see the Seven of Rods reversed. You know, it's a lot about anxiety and confusion as well. And you're trying to avoid some sort of decision, you know, but you need to avoid the indecision and make a decision here. These both speak of not making a decision when this Tower moment hits. Maybe we need to evaluate when this happens. We need to really experience it for what it is, see it for what it is, and see what it could indicate, okay? Because I just feel like we're lacking making a decision here. Instead, we're just cutting this person out in kind of a cold way. I mean, some of you guys could be breaking up with somebody over this. You could just be releasing the fight and be like, I'm not fighting for this anymore, goodbye. Or, you know, I don't want to see this person anymore. I heard that they, like, got this person pregnant and all this other stuff. And, you know, I don't want to be with somebody who's messing around and pretending to be one other person because I'm the Empress. Or, you know, you talk to this person and they're like, hey, this person could be fucking you sideways here because they're with somebody else. There's a lot of intricacies here that could be going on. So again, Libras, if you want to get a private reading, all that information is right below this video in the description box, because I'm not going to get too much more in depth in it because these are supposed to be short readings. But you guys have to come in here with 3 major arcanas that are extremely powerful, ending with the Emperor and having the Devil in it. So I mean, what am I supposed to do? I can't ignore it for you guys. Come on. But you know, this is some intense energy here. Let me know what happens at the end of the week. Let me know what's going on with you guys, because dang, Libras, you come at me every week and every month with some crazy thing, and I'm like, what the hell goes on with you guys this past like half a year? But anyways, all right, Libras, let's get some advice for you. I feel like we definitely could use some advice from Spirit after that one. So let's get some advice from Spirit for my Stacey DeMarco Oracle deck here. Advice from Spirit for my lovely Libras. What will help them or hinder them this week, especially in love? Let's focus on that a little bit for your advice. How can they, what will propel them on their best path forward in their happiest loving relationships? Give them some advice for what they're going through and within love and relationships this week. We get, ooh, joy, rejoicing in the present, okay? That's not a really bad card to have. Sometimes, even if things are falling apart, we have to kind of rejoice and be like, this sucks, but somehow this is teaching me something, and I should be a little bit thankful that it's happening. Which sucks, and nobody wants to, like, think that when you're, like, sobbing or going through something very painful. And again, not all of you guys are going to go through this. This will not resonate with every single one of you, so don't start freaking out. I stand here, I am where I am, fully alive and present. Stress is a sham. Alright, actively seek pleasure and build more of the things that give you personal joy and laughter in your life when this card appears. After all, we build appointments for the dentist. Why not for our own pleasure? You know, find, you know, moments to experience pleasure in your life here. Also, again, rejoice in the present. Live in the moment. Enjoy your friendships and the people that support you and your relationships. And, you know, again, add joy into your life here. It's not worth always fighting. It's not worth always being negative. And remember that, you know, rejoicing in the moment is something that is very important to you within any aspect of your life. Relationships, work, everything. You know, enjoy the present moment and find joy in it, even if you feel like you cannot. Alright, my lovely Libras, check out the video. So your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Definitely check out your Venus, like whatever your Venus sign is, and check out the reading for that, because that might be a little bit more, that might resonate a little bit better with you for all that crazy love stuff. And again, check out when I put up my 2019 readings, check those out. And also, if you want to book your own 2019 or any other type of love or career reading, etc., all my services are listed below this video in the description box and how to book a reading with me. So check that out. Again, guys, subscribe and share the video. It helps the channel and me a lot. And when I get to 10,000 subscribers, we will do a huge giveaway, okay? So thank you guys so much for all your support this past year. And I'm wishing you nothing but the best this first week. And as we move into the new year, Libras, stay strong.